I think it's very interesting that President Clinton has come on a lot more charges and a lot more serious charges than what Newt Gingrich is being charged on. Yet we're not making as big of an issue. We're not forcing that he go to trial. We're not giving the case of Vincent Foster a fair trial when there is a lot more empirical evidence that Clinton is involved in wrongdoing. And then there's also the issue of murder with Vincent Foster. That's a much more serious charge than failing to seek legal advice. And yet we're all just blowing that off.
We're totally blowing off how Bill Clinton murdered Vincent Foster. You want to see me shoot a pumpkin? Joining us now is the Washington editor of The Nation magazine and MSNBC contributor Chris Hayes. Mr. Hayes, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
Shooting the pumpkin thing, is the Vince Foster thing enough of close enough in time as a conspiracy theory that the shooting the pumpkin, shooting the watermelon in the head to reference how Bill Clinton murdered Vince Foster?
Yes.
Does that date me?
No, I mean, it's close. I mean, it does not, I will say this, it does not date you as much as her haircut in that clip.
Well, but her hair is very nice in that clip. She was obviously fashionable. I was obsessed with Republicans trying to make Bill Clinton out to be a murderer. I mean...
No, and that's the thing, right? Like, what was so funny about that coming out today was that, you know, Dave Weigel's like, oh, and we're done. And then it's like, well... You know, Dan Burton was shooting pumpkins in his backyard, and the Wall Street Journal editorial page was speculating on this. Like, that's the thing about Christine O'Donnell is that she's not, I don't think she's any crazier than your median Republican. She's just spent 20 years on television talking about her views without any conception that someday she was going to, like, have to run away from them.
But that's, I think, the central issue right now, even in considering what kind of coverage the Christine O'Donnell candidacy gets, because maybe she is a mainstream Wall Street Journal editorial page Republican, but then again, the government is secretly making mouse-human hybrids, mice that have full-grown human brains. There's more scientific evidence for creationism than there is for evolution. You spread HIV by using condoms. I mean, I don't want to underestimate the craziness of the right over the last 20 years, but I feel like she's on even the fringe end of the crazy end.
Well, you know, I guess so. I think in certain ways, I mean, the mouse-human hybrid, I'm now, like, defending Christine O'Donnell on national television. But, I mean, look, here's, I guess, what I feel. I feel that there isn't that much distance. And I mean that as a way of indicting where the Republican and conservative coalition is right now, as opposed to exculpatory towards Christine O'Donnell. I don't think she has any business being a United States senator, and I think her views are completely zany. But I think they're zany in a way that is just kind of unvarnished and out there and sort of amateurly expressed over this long period of punditry, as opposed to so far outside the realm of what, you know, your average... I mean, look at Republican House members. They're saying things on the floor of the United States House of Representatives all the time that equal, maybe not the mouse-human hybrid, but other things.